one of the important aspect, or probably your evaluator also mentioned this several times, that body language is important part in public speaking, whether it's online or offline. So it doesn't reduce the power of the body language. So that is why it's still important. Yeah, before we start, I say that try to turn on your camera and play with the screen, because this is also the way that we show the body language in online presentation. So it's still important. Before we start, I want to ask you something. I will show you a picture. You don't have to do anything. You just see the picture and then see and try to feel what actually you feel when you see this picture. Are you ready? What do you feel when you see these pictures? Very cute. So cute. Like you want to touch. Oh, so chubby. Nice, cute. All right, I saw your smiles. Let's see the next picture. What do you feel when you see this picture? Confusion, sadness, right? Disappointment. How about this? Maybe, I don't know, a lot of women can relate, because sometimes we say that we are fine, but actually inside, we are not fine, but we try to say I'm fine. What I want to say in these pictures, not only for you ladies, but also for the men, but it's not only our verbal words that actually communicate, our gesture as well. It's also a form of communication. I hope all the men are sensitive enough to see the body language of their wife or their spouse or their girlfriend. Not only take the verbal, the verbal words or the written words, but see as well their body language and gestures. I saw Budian said, put a thumbs up. Okay, so audience base their judgments of the speaker and the speaker's message on what they see as well as upon what they hear. And you know, sometimes what they see, it's more powerful message than what they hear. So actually that is the power of body language and gestures. Movement attracts and keeps the audience attention. A stationary speaker is more likely to lose the audience interest. So why we use body language, why we use gestures, it's actually to attract and keeps the audience attention. You probably know right now, our audience, they have shorter attention span than any other generation, than any other time, you know, especially in this online, when you can open tab together at the one time. Your body language and gesture is actually what keep them engaged. So when you need to do a presentation later on and you need to do it in front of a lot of people, your body language, gesture, facial expression, it's what keeps them to keep their attention to you. Imagine that you only become a stationary speaker. They more likely will open another tab. They will check their phone. They will do anything else. So that's the importance of for having a body language and gestures in our speech. The guiding principles, one thing, first the facial expression, second gestures, and the third is the whole body movement. Again, the first is facial expression, second gestures, the third is the whole body movement. Let's see a brief about each of these topic. First, facial expression. What is facial expression? Facial expression is often the key of the meaning behind the message. Remember the previous pictures when the girl like cover her eyes? And then is the word is I'm fine, but from their facial expression, from the face, you know that actually this girl is not fine. So facial expression often is the key to the meaning behind the message itself. So the verbal message or the written message, sometimes it has another meaning behind it. So if you want to be an active listener, you not only pay attention to what they say, you also need to pay attention to their facial expression. So what how we make use of our audience. How to do it in a presentation. First, match your facial expression to the spoken word. So if you deliver a sad story, show it in your face. If you deliver a happy story, show it in your face. Okay. So in that way, it can convey the emotion better to the audience. So you use your facial expression to strengthen the emotion in your story. Second, it's also about eye contact. In this online setting, do not see your screen, but see the camera. When you do the eye contact, not only in online and offline setting, it connect to the audience. Okay, it connect to the audience. In offline setting, when you see them, they will pay attention to you. When you see the audience get the feeling that you talk to them personally. So it's a way of communicating to them in a personal manner. That's the importance of eye contact. So how to use it? Again, if your story is sad, show it to your facial expression. If your story is something that talk about disappointment, about happiness, show it in your facial expression, and put an eye contact that we use the most. Gesture will reinforce the verbal message and convey a specific thought or emotion. What are actually inside the gesture itself? Before that, small gesture can give a big impact. Sometimes something we got a lot of beautiful quotes from the MT team before in table topic. Everybody shows small gestures can give a big impact. It doesn't have to be like exaggerating movement or something, but when you have a gesture, you show that you want to deliver something. It is something that you really believe. That's why it also not only move or not only say it in your spoken word, but it also say through your body itself. So gestures can be made by any part of the body, but most are with our hands and arms. The thing that also need to pay attention with our gestures is to avoid mannerisms such as fidgeting with jewelry. Like, sometimes I like to play with my ring or with my watch, especially when I'm nervous. Sometimes men also can play with their pen and do like this, clicking the pen, right? Or putting their hand inside the pocket. And sometimes you put the key inside and you play with the key inside and it make noise. So you need to think that the gestures is also convey the message that you are you're being nervous at that time. That's why you're playing with the thing inside your pocket. You play with the pen, you play with your watch, you play with your distract and annoy an audience. I think I'm okay. Can you hear my voice now? Okay, yeah. So it shows that we are nervous, and it also can distract and annoy the audience. So pay attention with that, and show the movement with strong and purposeful gesture that strengthen your message. If you show something that this is really important, then you probably can go closer to the camera and show with your hand gestures how important it is, so it can convey your message even better. The frequency and the figure of the gestures must be appropriate for the words and also the audience size. So, for example, you are delivering a speech or a presentation in an offline setting or face-to-face setting. You know the space that you have, right? The bigger the stage, probably the more movement you can do. You can move left to the right. You can, make use of your stage. But if your room is small, the stage is smaller, you don't have to move that much. Okay. In online as well, we only have like this square. You also don't have to move that much. But, some message, when you do a hand gesture, it convey better. Three types of gestures: conventional gestures, or numbers, number 2, number 3, and so on. Or descriptive gestures, like you want to say the room is very big, or I have a triangle. You show your hand to describe something. Or emotional gestures, like, I don't know. For example, it when you show sadness, you close your gesture that you can put in your speech to convey the message or the emotion stronger. The last is the whole body movement. It's your all body movement, your facial, your gesture, the way you stand, the way you move, your whole body movement. Move with purpose. A relaxed and balanced speaking stance provide a solid starting point which to gesture and move in any direction. That decreases nervousness and helps the speaker feel poised and comfortable. When you move around, when you make use of your stage, it can reduce your nervousness as well, and it can convey your confidence level. Varying the position during the presentation also can help the speaker provide visual transition. For example, first, second, third, it also can help the visual transition that keep the audience focused. Okay, so again, the language of the body is the key that can unlock the soul. Remember the picture that I showed in the very beginning? Your facial expressions, your gesture can convey emotion. Yourself, your body, your face, yourself, your whole body is the best visual aid a speaker can have. So make use of it.